Velocity TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up a turn number 4. Who's it gonna be?
Hey, good evening, race fans. Welcome in live to the Full Velocity Racing Network. We are live tonight in the Martinsville Speedway. It is the MD Designs 305 Sprint Car Series, and it comes to you live via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Good evening, everybody. Phil the Cast here. Jack Chewin, as always, on the controls, and who knows what else is in the store here over the course of the night. 75-lap feature event, but we have a lot to get to before we get there. We have 22 cars in the pit area, so let's go trackside. Let's miss them into the action for the playing tonight of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right. Thank you, first of all, to Dirty Grass Soul, to playing of our national anthem. A great way to kick off any evening here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. And we turn our attention now onto the paperclip half mile of Martinsville Speedway with, looks like 3 heat races going to come at us here tonight. I believe 3. Racing stringing down. Yet we are going to go 3 deep in this one, so let's not miss a second of it and go trackside with the 3D Racing starting lineup for heat race number 1. We'll say brought to you by our buddies at Matt's Mafia Motorsports. On the pole with car number 52, that'll be Colin Penn, alongside with car number 16, that'll be Cody Jaberg. Cody Jaberg, number 16, the outside of the front row. Scheduled to be the inside of number 2. I'm not sure he's going to make the call. Number 18 of Michael Ruddy. To number 95, the points leader, Neil Allison, to the outside of number 2. Number 2 points man will start 5th in this one. Car number 45, that'll be Brandon Igo, with the number 11 of Dylan Patterson to his outside. The number 40 will go next. That is Rob Higgins and Jeffrey Gubo. With car number 92, we'll start position at number 8, or I guess call it 7, because we're calling for 8. I think we're getting 7. We get 6. Well, okay, who else did we miss on that one? Anyone? 3rd. Patterson, too. Okay, I think Patterson may be sitting eye in the sky in this one. I could be wrong. I think that's what I'm hearing, so that's what we'll go with there. Is do know for sure. You look out there and you get guys right up on the top throws of the points weekly guys we see in this series. MD Designs 305 series. Colin Penn, guy who calls a lot of the shots over here. We work really closely with. He is on the pole. Got Neil Allison, the points leader of the 95, the outside of row 2. Brandon Igo, so number 2 guy in the points coming in tonight, trails by 14 behind Neil Allison. Neil's been running really good, a couple of wins, a lot of podium series the last couple of weeks, and we'll see. Looks like he was quick in practice as well, so we'll see over the course of the night where that's going to take us. Should be a lot of fun coming out here to a place I think we all kind of know and love here in Martinsville. We know it's a tight half-mile, paperclip, long straightaways, very narrow corners, and going to be very curious to see what a 305 sprint car on iRacing will look like around this track. Did watch a little bit of practice, but didn't get a whole gist of the land of what it may certainly turn out to be. So, yeah, I guess we'll do it all together, as we say. Watching out here as they race it live tonight here, and you'll catch all the action here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. You guys do us a favor, if you haven't done so already, like our links out there, share the links all over the place. I'm monitoring the Facebook live chat. We're also over on YouTube. We're on Twitch TV as well. I'll watch Facebook all night long. If you're out there in Facebook, check in, say hello. Good to see a familiar face and a familiar audience out there on Monday night for sure. As we are exiting off of turn number 4, our first iRacingIFlag.com green flag of the night. Colin Penn will roar it down to turn number 1 and 2, and we'll see how these cars stack up off the corner. 16 Jaberg gets wicked loose off the outside lane. That's going to let Brandon Igo, the number 45. He'll sneak on by in position 2. Let's exit to number 4. Let's complete lap number 1. Colin Penn going to lead the way in this one. I'm curious to see, as that was the first lap, call that a throwaway lap. I want to see what lap times will take us over the balance of the night. And watching them out there in practice, they were just a shy of hair over 19 seconds, 19.3, 19.4 as we were seeing out there. So let's see what these guys take it all night long. If they do, that is screaming. Race leader at the line, Colin Penn, 19.425. As he flashes by to lead lap number 2. We're going to go 8 laps as always in the heat races here. He leads Brandon Igo there. You got Neil Allison in for 3rd. Cody Jaberg, Rob Higgins going to make up our top 5. As Jack is saying, nope, what did I miss? Something happened to Neil Allison. He's back to 4th. Jaberg on the 16 went around Neil, so Neil will drop back to the 4th spot. Top 3 will be guaranteed on into the main event, but I'm going to go on a limb, and I'm going to say all 21, 22 cars here that are in the server, I think, are probably going to see the 75-lap main event. I'm just going to go on a limb. I'm most comfortable saying that as we see the cross flags go down 4 laps in and 4 laps remain, and the race leader is out of turn number 2 and already charging down the back chute. The number 52 of Colin Penn, almost a full second already. He's got tacked up over Brandon Igo, Jaberg in the 16, and Allison the 95. Those are the 2 closest cars out there as Neil is pulled to the back of that Napa Auto Parts number 16. Cody Jaberg riding in the 3rd spot. He gets a good little line through 1 and 2. Stays in the low side of the racetrack. Neil tries to let it dig up high. We'll see how that kind of plays off over the next course of this last 3 laps as we exit turn 4. Colin Penn already has flashed on by. He has got the 2 sticks down. We got 2 trips around here at Martinsville left for the driver of car 52. He leads Brandon Igo at the line last time around, 1.15 seconds. I am watching this race for the transfer spot in P3. Jaberg holds on to that blue and yellow car. Allison, the white and red machine, right behind him as we flash on by the white flag as far as the race for 3rd goes. we'll keep an eye on that. But let's catch the race leader. He is down the back chute already. Colin Penn looking to take this one wire to wire. Looks like he's going to do it relatively unchallenged. He is in 3 and 4. He is off the checker to the air. Colin Penn win heat race number 1. Give Brandon Igo the 2nd spot. 3rd will go to Cody Jaberg. Neil Allison, Rob Higgins, Jeffrey Gubo, Matt Dale. Well, not Matt Dale. It was 6 cars on there. Matt Dale was in there. Matt Dale, I think, is in heat 2. Essentially, heat 2 lineup, or maybe heat 3. Click the right button over here. There's 8 cars out there for heat 1, so 6 cars. I'm all screwed up here as far as the numbers go. The roster changes, throws me out the window, but we'll try it again as we rack and restack now for heat race number 2. Let's take a look at the 3D Racing starting lineup. Say hello to Rick Cleary. Good to see Rick out there tonight, as always, watching. Hope you enjoy what we do here, Rick, on the network. We do really try hard and enjoy this series a lot as well. We got our number 3 guy in the points on the pole here. Mass Mafia Motorsports brings us to 238 of Anthony Marvuglio with the number 18 of Austin Carter alongside of him. In row number 2, Hunter Coombs will start 3rd at the 3 car, the 03 alongside of Matthew Seymour. Matt back with us this week on the outside of row 2. Row 3, the final row, I think, of this one, we have Daniel Vaught with number 12, Andrew Slats with a 22, and Alex Slats will slide in the P7. So the Slats boys will start 6th and 7th, respectively. We're calling for 7 cars, and I think we have all 7.
Yes.
Count 7. Fingers and toes, all not needed there. We got it on less than 2 hands. Think we're good as we look up to that front. The 238 Marvuglio going to take the pole, the 2 car on the outside. 2 car is Austin Carter. Does say 19 on the ticker. It'll be 2 on your screen. We will call it a 2 car all night long, and we get ready to rock and roll as the lights will go out around this half mile. Martinsville Speedway. Hudson Bennett's out there rooting on for Seymour as always, and Mass Mafia. Michelle Allison out there rooting on for Neil, number 95. Love that. And Seymour is due for a good run. I agree. Seymour, when we've seen him out here running near the fry, I think he is due to have a good one. Maybe a place like a Martinsville, where I think if you've sim raced for a long time, I think you've got plenty of experience at a track like this, regardless of what sim you came from. It's still Martinsville. You're going to drive it the same. The cars, yes, are different. You approach them maybe a little bit different, but I think the animal, the racetrack, is something we all know, all familiar with. So I think that may help. Let's see if Seymour can make it happen here tonight in the 03. He will start outside of row number 2, but let's put the iRacingGuyFlag.com green flag in the air, and right away, Anthony Marvuglio will jump on that loud pedal down. He'll take us down to turn number 1 and 2. Austin Carter with a deuce. He got all sorts of out of shape, bounced it off the wall, kept the car rolling. Well, that was interesting there for a second. He'll keep the 2 car rolling. Let's look up back in front of him. I believe Hunter Coombs is going to jump into P2 with car number 3. Yes, indeed he will, as we flash from the start-finish line. Marvuglio leading Hunter Coombs. Put Daniel Vaught from the back of the field. He started 5th. He is now up to 3rd with car number 12. Andrew Slats not too far behind him with number 22. Early lap issues here for the Austin Carter car. I also think Matt Seymour may have got a tad little piece of that in the 03 as Matt will ride in the 5th spot as we complete lap number 2. We are down the back chute now, heading down into turn number 3 and 4 as I'm losing all over the place here as I'm in the pace car. I don't know where the heck I'm at. Let's get off the exit of turn number 2 and down at turn 3, I should say, where the number 2 car, or 3 car of Hunter Coombs rides in the 2 spot. God, Phil, English, take a breath, take a chill. Oh no, 3 car rides, 3 car lengths back of Marvuglio. All 3's wild there, but 238 car leading the way down the back chute. Coombs in for 2nd. Vaught, Daniel Vaught, the number 13, or 12 car, I should say, holding on for position number 3, and he's got Slats behind him. Andrew, the 22. Matt Seymour charging there with the 03 as well. That's our top 5, as we will see. Well, we'll see the cross flags down last time, but we've already got 4 laps in. We got 4 laps remaining, and this time through 3 and 4. The race leader, Marvuglio, will flash him by. He will have 3 laps remaining in this one. For car number 238, Mass Mafia Motorsports in the house. Anthony Marvuglio, the Bug. They called him out there in the chat one day. That's kind of stuck with him. I'm not sure if that's his nickname when he's out there racing on the real racetracks with the Bug, doing a great job. He's down at turns number 3 and 4. We're going to put the 2 popsicle sticks down. 2 trips remain here in heat race number 2 for the 238, who so far been pretty flawless in this one, and he's grown that lead to up to 0.8 of a second on Hunter Coombs. Hunter's got a little gap between himself and Daniel Vaught, who runs 3rd. Daniel's got about called him a full second back to Andrew Slats and Matt Seymour, not too far behind the 22 Austin Carter, Alex Schlutz remain here. Our 7-car lineup as we have the white flag in the air. One more trip around, and Matt Seymour was black flagged for something. Not exactly sure what happened there, but I did see the command go out to a black flag for the 03, but we are down into turn number 3 and 4. Put the checkered flag in the air. Anthony Marvuglio will win heat race number 2 over Hunter Coombs. Daniel Vaught in for 3rd. Andrew Slatz, Matt Seymour, Austin Carter, Alex Slatz rounding out our field there for the 2nd heat race of the night. That was good. We got one more to go, and we'll see if we have any consolation rounds here tonight before a 75-lap main event. Stay on in. Hope you're all doing well. So the crowd out there, normal Monday night crowd here, as you all checked in. Hope everybody's doing good wherever they may be. How about the update on whether real racing is going up here, especially the Northeast? You guys, I know Rick and Hudson, I know you guys are all plugged into it. When are we going racing up here in the Northeast? What tracks are going to open? What is happening? I want give me an insight on what's going on. I don't really keep too much tab what goes on in the real racing world much anymore. I do a lot of what I do right here in the virtual world. It's kind of where I live. So guys, keep me abreast, because if I say local place to me, like a Thompson or Stafford or something up in the northeast part of the country where I'm at, open up, I may have to take a trip there and return. Been a while since I've been to an asphalt track, probably close to 10 years, which seems like a long time, and doesn't feel like it, but it's been a long time for sure. But let's not talk about what I'm doing. You guys update me in the Facebook chat of what is up. We'll take a look here at our 3D Racing starting lineup for heat race number 3 on the pole with the number 20 car. That'll be Mark Reynolds, and alongside the MD Designs 107, Matt Dale on the outside of the front row. In row number 2, the 17 car of Daniel Blau with the number 75 of Wally Beatty to his outside. Corey Cleary will start 5th in car number 64, the 21 of Chris Myers to be to his outside. And Justin Kawahara, the number 45, will start in position number 7. We called for 7. I think we got them all. And if we do some math, 7 plus 7 is 14, plus 6 is 20. Maybe an even 20 we get for the future. We'll wait and see. But that's the guess I'm going to take. It's called a guess. Where did I learn to math like that? I've been hanging out with you. We've been hanging out with
Jeff McConey, I know.
We've been hanging out with Jeff McConey on Thursday nights, math major at Purdue or engineering major. Guy comes up with a whole bunch of weird stuff. We've got percentages going on. I feel like I'm smarter in math now than I was in high school so many years and years and years ago. A lot of years. More for Jack, but a lot for me too. We'll keep it on that. Hopefully Jack does not take that out on me here during the break, but we'll wait and see. But either way, lights are out around the half mile. We got Mark Reynolds back with us this week. That number 20 car, always very quick when he shows up. Matt Dale alongside Matagai, Victory Lane last week. Redemption, going to put him all the way up to, I believe, number 5 in the overall point standings. We'll definitely look at those before we get to our feature event here tonight. As we get ready to rock and roll, we get the green flag up in the air. Let's do it. 8 more trips around. Heat race number 3 is green. And Mark Reynolds drives a very peculiar line into turn number 1. May have missed the corner a little bit. Matt Dale will sneak around the inside. Here comes Wally Beatty's number 75 car. He'll flash around Mark as well. Put Wally up to P2. Drop the 20 car back to 3rd. Matt Dale, the series sponsor machine, MD Designs, does some great stuff there. Check out Matt Dale, MD Designs. He does some great work. A lot of cool helmet paints. If I was a racer, I'd want to go to him. Get a cool design on my helmet for sure. But he leads the way with the 107 car, riding in position number 1 off the turns 3 and 4. Let's put 2 laps complete. Let's update what's going on behind them. Wally Beatty running in 2nd. Mark Reynolds is holding on for 3rd. He's got Daniel Blau not too far behind him. Daniel's number 17, 3 car lengths back. Corey Cleary looking to, have another good strong run. Finished 3rd last week he did. And look to see if the 64 car, who really got a big bounce of the points up as well. I believe he set about 4th or 5th. We'll have to pull those up here during the break. I did look at him pre-race. Definitely got the top 3 figured out. Anything beyond 3 was kind of a little bit of a blur as quickly as I read it, but we'll go back and revisit. As Blau and Cleary, they run 4th and 5th down the back chute into turn number 3 and 4 this time around. We're going to be halfway home in this one. 4 laps in, 4 laps remain. Matt Dale attempting to drive away in high. 0.678 seconds last time by over the 75 of Wally Beatty. Wally has a good gap, 2nd and a half, back to Mark Reynolds, who runs 3rd. Mark's got 4 car lengths on Daniel Blau. Back there in the 4 spots, we flash on by. Let's put 5 laps complete in this one. Matt Dale continues to lead the way with the 107. Beatty closed in a little bit that lap last time by. Wally ran a 19.280. to Matt Dale's 19.297. So pretty close, but about 200ths of a second quicker there. Oklevich 2 on the stopwatch as they flash on by, take the white flag. That lead has grown to now almost 0.8 of a second even. Let's follow Matt Dale as he is down into turns number 3 and 4. He will see the white flag in here. One more trip around the half mile for the MD Designs 107 guy, who I believe, I have to look at points once again, but I believe he bounced into the top 5 after his win last week, and that may be good for him. But he washed up off a 2. We've got a race to the win here in the last lap as Wally Beatty has pulled down to the inside. We've got a potential pass for the lead in 3 and 4. Trag racing off the corner and give heat 3 to Wally Beatty. He sneaks on by. 75 car taking down the winner for Matt Dale. Daniel Blau going to finish up 3rd. Corey Cleary, Mark Reynolds will finish 5th. Justin Kawahata, Chris Myers rounding out the field there of our 7 cars. So that'll do it for our qualifying heats. And I believe we're going off into the A main. So I am going to take about 30 seconds. I'm going to grab a quick sip of the drink. Prepare for a 75-lap main event live here in Martinsville on the Full Velocity Racing Network. All right, they are starting to grit up there. We got the whistle. We'll see what we can do. 75-lap main event. Definitely blew my voice out last night. Still kind of a little dry today, but we'll try to do the best we can to get through it. And I'm sure Jack will be here for comedic relief as well, as he's the best of the business. I look at her to the Facebook Live chat before the lineup, and I got to say, we see Rick says this weekend, Lee and Monadnock first practices. That is great to hear. Monadnock is a cool joint. Wired that place up for sound once upon a time for some production stuff. Cool joint, Monadnock. Went to Lee, God, probably about almost 20 years ago. I made a trip to Lee. That's a cool racetrack as well. So, Rick, thanks for the update. Keep us abreast what you got going on out there. We'll definitely keep the guy out over here as well. See where maybe opening is. I'm right here in Thompson. I know you guys in the Northeast know Thompson well. That's where I'm at. A couple of minutes of the Speedway, and got Stafford nearby. Waterford's not too far down the road. Seekonk about an hour. So, about 4 local tracks to me. Let's take a look at our 20-car field here. Starting lineup presented by 3D Racing. On the pole, the 52 of Colin Penn, with a 238 of Anthony Marvuglio to his outside. In row number 2, Wally Beatty and Brandon Igo. In the second row, Hunter Coombs and Matt Dale. That is row number 3 with Cody Jaberg and Daniel Vaught. In the fourth row, Daniel Blau and Neil Allison. The points leader will start 10th tonight with Andrew Slatz and Corey Cleary in row number 6. Rob Higgins and Austin Carter will start next with Chris Myers and Jeffrey Galbout alongside the number 92 in row number 8. Ninth row, the 00 of Alex Slatz, the 20 of Mark Reynolds. Michael Ruddy's number 18, the 03 of Matt Seymour. Justin Kawahata, number 45. I believe that's going to be our 20 car starting lap. I think Dylan Patterson was listed in the 11 car. I don't think he's out there. But we are green flag racing. Let's go 75 green flag laps here in Martinsville. Let's get it on here tonight on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Colin Penn and Anthony Marvuglio looking like a high-speed, pace lap there out of turn number 4. Give the advantage out of the 52. Colin's been good all night long, and talking to him last week, he was looking forward to Martinsville. He thinks he's got some good tracks for him setting up here in a couple of weeks. I believe we may see you on the joins. We'll look around, and Jack says big wreck. And big wreck and no yellow. Looks like a 12 car got a shot from a 20 of Reynolds. Not sure, Jack, you take a look at that, but we still have the green flag in the air. We're on lap number 3, circling around here at Martinsville. Now the yellow being thrown. The Edmonds have thrown the yellow, so we have our first one of the night, and it's probably going to be the precursor to what we saw there is contact on the back part of the field. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Team Bar Motorsports yellow flag number 1 on lap number 3. We'll take a look here really quick if we can. Give you a Full Velocity Racing Network instant replay brought to you by our friends over at Jonathan's Journeys, jmaxstrong.com. If you guys have not checked out that website, Please do. A great tale of courage. Jonathan's a very good dude. 17 car of Daniel Blau went for a tumble. Wow. Airborne, off the water barrels, lands on all fours, and I think he may have even kept going. The point, Neil Allison, that was that white and red car, wasn't it? The points leader involved. Now that could have some long-standing ramifications for the night, because let's do the magic of TV. Let's pull up this screen and let's see what we got. Let me read off the series point standings coming into the evening. Neil Allison, 275 points scored this season. Brandon Igo, 261. That is 14 points there. Better for Neil over Brandon. Marvuglio, number 3 in points. He is 255. That is 20 points back. 238 back to Corey Cleary, and 225 back to Matt Dale. That's our current top 5. Wally Beatty's got 223. Colin Penn, 207. J.J. Hennis, we haven't seen now for 2 weeks. He's 9th in the standings, or 8th, I should say. Rob Higgins, Matt Seymour rounds out our top 10 of the points. Matt has scored 170, so he's got 105 to make up. I think that may be too much over the course of 5 races, but we have seen stranger things happen in racing for sure. Well, there's your points update for the week, and going to be our official point standing sponsor. We'll get a hold of us here at the network, and we'll certainly try to do that right by, read off the points on a nightly basis and tag the new sponsors to it. So if you're interested, give us a shout here on the network. We'll certainly hook you up. Our sponsorship levels are very, very reasonable. 3 tiers, and the lowest of tier, I think it's as low as $30. Get your name out here on the network, your logo out there every night for 12 months. That's a hell of a deal, as we do a lot of shows here on a nightly basis. We're going to be, I think, too deep tonight. I think my partner Ron Piles is going to be live the NWRA within the next half hour. We're also live there at NWRA and the FERN Modified Tour. So we're double billed tomorrow. We're 3 deep, I believe, on Wednesday night. I believe. So I believe myself will be out at DWRL. Ron will be at NWRA. Todd will be out, I believe, this week. But the 305 sprint cars, we'll see him, I believe, Wednesday. So we'll wait and see. A lot to come. You want to check out all we are up to, head over to our home base, fullvelocitytv.com, where our entire schedule of events is posted. To update some news. There's not been a whole lot of new news to share, but it's been a busy time for me, so I haven't paid too close attention to the website. But the calendar is all up to date, and adding more stuff as it comes in here on a daily basis, so for sure. As we have the lights out, looks like we're going to go next time around, and a little bit of extended yellow for this one, but looks like Daniel Blau getting the end of the longest line penalty. Injury for the insult, or maybe the other way around. That car did take a tumble. He'll restart back there. It looks like 19. I think 19 car was gridded. I don't think Jeffrey Gaubout, the number 92, did as well. 19 drivers will go 75 laps here tonight. We are 3 complete. It is all green flag laps here at the MD Designs 305 series. And Colin Penn, he will stare down the starter now as he will unfurl the green flag in the air. Let's go back to racing here in Martinsville. Colin Penn now. Wally Beatty in the number 75. He will zigzag around the outside lane. Do we have a new race leader out of 2? No. Colin keeps that throttle wound up. Keep the 52 out to the lead. Wally Beatty in for 2. Racing back here for 3rd between Brandon Igo and I think Marvuglio got shifted up the hill. That may let Matt Dale sneak his way in the 107 car. Racing for the 4th spot. They are side by side out of 2. Give Matt Dale the spot. Drop Marvuglio back to 5th, all chasing Colin Penn. In the number 52, down the back chute. I'm not sure how much he wanted to 2-wide racing here at Martinsville. Now, I know we have a lot of time here in a big, heavy stock car, a modified car, or whatever. I know they wear in tires. I know they're heavy. You got to stop them. These things are certainly pretty dang light, and they are quick. Not sure how good they turn here. Dirt car at an asphalt track, concrete in the corners. I'm not sure how many times you talk about concrete in a sprint car, but we'll have to see how this night goes. So far, it's looks kind of cool. Now 7 laps going to go on the board, and we have a race for the lead emerging here as Colin holding on with 52. But Wally Beatty, that Haviland number 75, he will look down to the inside. They don't touch. They come awfully close. In the inch of 3, give Colin the lead at the line, but only by a fraction. And call that one close, 0.053 at the line. You can't blink that quick, but as quick as we call it, put Wally Beatty now up to the race lead. He is around Colin Penn, and watching this car in 3rd, starting to lurk as well. Brandon Igo with car number 45 sits P3. Matt Dale behind him. Anthony Marvuglio, our top 5 as we ride through turns number 1 and 2. Let's go shooting down the back straightaway for this one as we look on through. Beatty continuing to lead the way, but Colin Penn, I thought he may drive it in, take a look to the low side. He will stay in line there, so we are all single file. So it looks like a whole better part of the top 10 is let's kind of float on back here. Marvuglio is around Matt Dale, so a change for 4th. Yeah, I was going to make that observation too, Jack. The bug is having an issue with the aliens. They are talking. Anthony keeps kind of blinking in and out. Looks like he's stabled on now. But as things get interesting there as they split, Igo right in the middle. And now Hunter Coombs in the 3 comes in. He tries to jump in to the 3 car, the 45 car as well. So Brandon Igo begins to fall outside the top 5. It's now Marvuglio up to 3rd. Matt Dale to 4th. Hunter Coombs now up to the top 5. Let's see if Brandon Igo can't rebound on this one. It looks like he's going to hold off Coombs as he went back around him. Brandon now going to reclaim the 5th spot. Got Hunter Coombs back there in 6th. Corey Cleary not too far behind the 64. Cody Jaberg, Andrew Slatz, Matt Seymour. Matt coming from the back, started 20th. He is now up to 10th in the 03 and still in the very infant stages of this one. Working lap number 13 of 75. So there is a lot of racing left to go here in Martinsville, and we will do the best we possibly can to cover all the racing action, all the battles as they break. We are got eyes all over the place in this one as I'm over the back. I'm looking for any kind of racing here that may be happening wheel to wheel. Looks so far so good, so tame. Taking attention back here up front, Wally Beatty and Colin Penn. Those two are rip riding around this place. They will put 15 laps in this time around. That is a 0.2 of a second lead up front. They have put 2 seconds already between themselves. Now call it 1.5 to Anthony Marvuglio. 2 seconds back to Matt Dale. 3 now to Hunter Coombs. Hunter is finally around. 45 of Brandon Igo. But we have a caution flag on the speedway, and I heard somebody hit the fence. It was a tumble. It was a wild hit. Yellow, yellow, yellow on the speedway on the second time. T-Bar Motorsports yellow flag number 2. Second, J. Max Strong. Full velocity instant replay will show us whom. Heard somebody hit the wall. I definitely heard somebody in the wall. Where it may be, we're looking. We're both looking. Jack will find it before I do. All right, well, we found it. So let's see who may be involved. 64 car. Corey Cleary takes a little bit of a hit. That was right around that battle. Did hear a piece of the wall. So it was Corey's car in the wall. How did he get in the wall? Oh, yeah. 45 car. Was that cow? Oh, it was a 45 of Igo. So right there, yeah, it was 5th and 6th. So they got together. It was right around that battle. Corey's car gets a little bit hooked. Gets turned around. There's a spin. Yellow flag, second time here tonight, live in Martinsville. Thanks for tuning in. We'll keep it going here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. All right, folks. The lights are out around the Martinsville Speedway, and we are ready to rock and roll here. 15 laps of 75 complete here in Martinsville, and we're getting ready to rock and roll. Wally Beatty leads Colin Penn, Anthony Marvuglio, Matt Dale, Hunter Coombs going to be our top five with Brandon Igo, Corey Cleary, Cody Jaberg, Andrew Slatz, and Matt Seymour. It's currently scored the top 10. That could be subject to change, of course, as iRacing is kind of always known to be a little inconsistent with scoring, especially when black flag or the yellow flag laps. Yellow flag laps don't count. Corey Cleary was involved with a wreck. He went to the end of the line. He restarted back about 17th. Him and Brandon Igo went to the back in that one, but we rock and roll. We get back to racing. Let's take a peek back here to the front. And Wally Beatty is number 75. He's pulling away to a pretty good lead right at the moment over Colin Penn. I am watching Colin Marvuglio with 238. He drove it in deep. And then Gomer started to talk to him again. Will the aliens please leave Mr. Marvuglio alone? I'm begging. Anthony's a good dude. Takes good care of us. Mass Mafia Motorsports car right there. Leave him alone. This Matt Dale will get around him now. I got to imagine if you're Matt, you're probably a little shaken, knowing that car around you is having connection issues. You never know when they're going to back reappear and maybe in your car, and you never know what's going to happen. But it looks like Matt is clear with 238, so put Matt now up to third. Anthony back to fourth. Hunter Coombs, good to see the 3-car having a good run. Him and also a newcomer to this series. First time I'm calling a name, Mr. Cody Jaberg with car number 16. Cool throwback looking scheme there. The old, call it maybe Ron Hornaday truck scheme there. Number 16, the Napa Auto Parts car. 16 car rides back in position number 6, but cool car, gives me that retro little vibe. More retro guy, definitely for sure. Go back there and enjoy that stuff. You find Matt Seymour. Matt's run through the field continues. I am sure Hudson's going to be happy. From 20th now up to 7th. Andrew Slatz is 8th. Daniel Vaught 9th. Justin Kawahata, he started last in the feature. Justin has brought his number 45 car now up to the 10th spot. A couple of guys having really good runs here in the first half of this one. Now 21 laps of 75 on the board. We are approaching the 1/3 mark here tonight in Martinsville, and the race leader, as he's now been for the last, call it 10 laps, is Wally Beatty with car number 75. And Wally's a guy, talked to him last week or week before, I think it was last week, and he said, the next part of the schedule looks really good for me. We've run really good at tracks. As long as we start clicking off these good finishes, the points will start taking care of themselves. Wally Beatty thinks he's going to be a player for a championship here 4 weeks from tonight. We finish up this season on July the 7th, I believe. You have to get the gang. I believe that's about the right date, first week of July, I do believe. But we have a yellow flag on the speedway, yellow flag for the 3rd time tonight. Will find us on lap number 23, so Jack's magic fingers will kick the button. And this one may have Corey Cleary again involved with the 64, as well as the number 20 car of Mark Reynolds. Take a look-see back here and see, and I definitely see Corey's car with some distress. It was definitely a 20 of Reynolds who got into the back of him, so they have that little disagreement of real estate on the front chute. The yellow comes out, and a pretty wild ride for both drivers involved. I think they'll be okay with a quick repair, and we will reset and regroup. We'll come back here live with the call, the restart, on your source for esports racing. All right, my esteemed director gives me the countdown. We are back on. The lights are out. It is time to go back to racing. 52 laps remain here in Martinsville. All green flag laps. The lights are extinguished, kind of like my broadcasting career almost. The flame is, well, maybe not as bright as it once was. We'll wait and see. See how you like me. Do they like me? Give me some love out there, Facebook Live. Give me some stars. How about become a supporter of the Full Velocity Racing Network? How about that cool badge we have out there now? $4.99. Become a supporter of us. They help us a lot. And for those supporters that do, well, we will certainly, we're going to create some, the special content for the supporters only. We're going to stream some different stuff. We may stream some of our personal racing, maybe a round of golf. We've been known to do that here recently quite a bit. I know Todd and myself are going to get together here at some point in the next couple of months. We'll do some videos out there in upstate New York together. So become a supporter of the network. We'll have cool stuff just for you guys. Appreciate that if you do. If you guys support what we do. Yeah, we'll give you a behind the scenes look. We may actually give you guys a special stream of, what goes on off camera, which is sometimes hilarious that you don't hear. And I think you guys may enjoy that one day. So we'll get that all hooked up. But we are back to racing here in Martinsville. Now 25 laps complete. Colin Penn and Wally Beatty. Well, it's a reverse. Wally leads Colin up front. A change for third as Hunter Coombs in the 3-car. Daniel Vaught, the number 12. They have went around Matt Dale and Anthony Marvuglio. So I don't think those guys came to pit. Oh, they did? Yeah, okay. We did have cars. We did have a couple of more cars than I thought come down the pit lane. So we certainly did. An update on a couple of developing stories here for the first half of this race. Early contact for the 95 car, the points leader, Neil Allison. Neil rides back one lap down, currently running in position number 16. And right behind him, you find number 2 points guy, Brandon Igo, also one lap down, back there in 17th. So stuff happening here. Something happened to the number 03 of Matt Seymour. I believe his car may have broke because it is down on pit road, and it looks like Seymour is going to be done for the night. The 03, so he will finish up 19th here tonight. 19th. The 03 looks like the 03 car done. Matt Seymour, he had a Hudson out there rooting for him. Sorry, Hudson. Tonight, unfortunately for Matt, not going to be the night here in Martinsville. Car broke within the first half of this one, so we'll hang the wreath up there for the 03, and hopefully we'll see Matt back here next week. Rip, my friend. Come on back. Well, we walk around here at Martinsville. We're going to put 30 laps now officially complete. Wally Beatty, Colin Penn, our top 2. And not too far behind them, that number 3 car of Hunter Coombs. Hunter has had a really good night in that blue and orange number 3. Busch Light sponsorship on that car. I don't know, I'm not a Busch Light guy, but ice cold something sounds really good right now. That's right, Busch. What beer is that one? That weird commercial. At least it's on a Geico car out there. Then I'd be like, they have a rat problem. That's a good one, too. Early favorites. I'm watching a little bit too much of a tube, I guess. I don't know if I had much downtime, but you know what? We're not having downtime here. Yeah, got that, too, for sure. We are now officially halfway home in this one. 33 laps going to go on the board. We're not quite halfway. Not quite. We're getting close. All right, I failed. Math exam failed. We're about 5 laps from halfway. My bad. 33 on the board of 75. Beatty, Penn, Hunter Coombs, Matt Dale, Daniel Vaught. Let's fight along with the number 12 car, who is up there riding in the 5th spot, having a really good night. Let's say I'm going to make the call, Jack, for directing. Let's go Sheffield Graphics on board with the number 12 of Daniel Vaught. Really cool to see a different name running on the top half of this field. That's a cool white and silverish type car. I say Busch Light in that one as well. I have to read the wing from where I'm sitting up here on top of the towers. We're on the 3 notes on. That is super. Can't read it. Super glue. Super glue. There we go. That's a word. Super glue. On the 12 car, he rides in the 5th spot. And Gomer's having a good time. He's trying to take the 12. He's trying to take Anthony behind him at 238. I guess running a 5th tonight isn't the place to be. How about an attaboy back there for the number 40 car of Rob Higgins? Rob rides in the 7th spot. A guy who rides here every week, is consistent, doesn't make a lot of noise up the front, but makes solid runs all night long, gets top 10 finishes, and it's showing up. He sits top 10 in the point standings. But as we approach halfway, 37 laps complete, the yellow flag has found us. Yellow, yellow, yellow on the speedway. And I'm not sure who this involved, but we will talk more about more stories happening here. Is Mark Reynolds involved in this one? It's a 2-car of Austin Carter. So those two get involved. And before I get to a break in this one, Brandon Igo, number 2 points man, done for the evening. Car is broke. Brandon will finish up 18th. That is traumatic point hit. We'll update that as we can. We'll follow these guys along. We will break back in. We are halfway home here in Martinsville, live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. All right, lights are out around the Martinsville Speedway. 37 laps of 75 in the MD Designs 305 Sprint Car Series, presented by Massive Mafia Motorsports. Thank those guys a ton. Also, Matt Dale, MD Designs, and he happens to be our current race leader with the 107. He's got Justin Kawahara to his outside, number 45, I believe, going to be unofficially scored P2. We've had some pit stops break this one up. I see Marvuglio back there, I believe, third with a 238. Let's let that reset. It certainly is. Andrew Slats and Hunter Coombs with the number 3 car. I believe Hunter was the first car out of the pit lane on this most recent yellow flag. He'll restart in the 4th spot, so we are back to racing. Oh, Beatty did beat him out. Not what my standings say. All right, well, yeah, an update. Wally Beatty now up to the 4th spot around Hunter Coombs. And how about the 22 of Andrew Slats? A name we don't give enough love out there, but he's got a solid run going on right now. And Gomer has liked a lot of these cars. And I don't know exactly why. Now he's got Andrew Slats in his crosshairs. And he blinks out right in front of Wally in the 75. And if I'm Wally, I'm gritting my teeth right now because you just never know when that car is going to reappear. Beatty down to the inside, and say there's definitely a glad you guys can't hear the in-race chatter that goes out there. Some unpleasantries being paid. Say there's some disagreements with some calls out there, as looks like somebody just got escorted from the server. And all right, so we're gonna let that kind of refresh itself, as it was somebody that was involved in the last wreck. Looks like going to be done for the night as well. Joining Brandon Igo behind the wall. Also Matt Seymour. I think Alex Slats may be down on pit road 2. Another 00 car, so he may be in trouble. I thought Justin Kawahata was on the lead lap of the 45. It's scoring him 1 lap down. Looks like he may also be on the pit lane. Something happened to his car on the restart. Not exactly sure. I know him. I know Mark Reynolds is out. Matt, yeah, hey, look. So where did Matt Dale go? Gone. 1.5 seconds. He's already thrown up there for a race lead. Matt Dale leading Anthony Marvuglio and Wally Beatty now running in third. Andrew Slats, Daniel Vaught. That number 12 car having a really, really solid night, and I hope he doesn't look too far behind, because who sat on the pole here tonight? The 52 car of Colin Penn, who was found the inside. He will be around. Daniel put Colin Penn now up to P5, and he has Hunter Coombs in the 3. So those 2 cars getting to assert their way forward. Colin Penn now riding up into the top 5, but he trails the race leader by 4 seconds. Matt Dale is gone. He's got 1.6 between himself and Anthony Marvuglio. Wally Beatty, Andrew Slats, Colin Penn back there riding in 5th. Another car down on the pit lane. Looks like maybe done the deuce of Austin Carter. Austin has also called it a night. So attrition is starting to pile up here in Martinsville. I believe we're going to have like 14 cars running in another lap or so, maybe even less than that. So we'll try to update that as we go on along, as we are running down on laps now 45 complete. Call that 46 as the race leaders flash on by as I'm back here watching. Little battle going on for about 5th on back. Well, not really a battle there. Penn, Coombs, Cody Jaberg, number 16, having a good night. Cody running in 7th. Now Daniel Vaught back to the 8th spot. He's got Rob Higgins all over him in the 40 car. Corey Cleary has brought himself back in the top 10. So 64 car is definitely trying. He is in some heavy traffic, but that is the closest battles we have out there right now. Nose to tail for about 8th, all the way back to about 12th. And they trail by 7 seconds to the race leader, Matt Dale, who is already down off of turn number 2 already. He's got a half a lap on these drivers. Hard to believe. That car is zinging around this place here tonight, and looks like Matt Dale is coming down to pit road. So usually a car who has some fuel strategy worked out is going to pit his way out of the lead 1 lap shy of lap number 50. That is going to hand the lead to the bug, Anthony Marvuglio now. He is going to have a 1.3 second lead over Wally Beatty, and about 2.5 back to a 22 of Andrew Slats, who rides 3rd. Now put Colin Penn up to 4th, and now Hunter Coombs into the top 5. And I'm watching this 22 car, who currently rides 3rd, and who currently has some issues with the alien still. And that number 52 car behind him is starting to loom really large. And he's certainly in the picture, and I think there may be a change for 3rd coming. Maybe not this lap, maybe the next one, if they decide to let Andrew keep racing. I got to imagine Colin's a little bit concerned seeing the 22 car with some warp. You know, it's giving me quite the picture right now as we're looking around. A couple of cars getting flashed by a lap down, and nothing really happening up front. Marvuglio leading over Wally Beatty. I'm watching Slats and Colin Penn, Hunter Coombs. Hunter has fallen a little bit off the pace of Colin, about half a second back there running in 5th. Jaberg, Cleary, Vaught, Blau, Rob Higgins now. Rob keeping it in the top 10 all on the lead lap. Chris Myers, number 21, he currently rides 11th, the final driver on the lead lap. Matt Dale runs 12th. Neil Allison, the points leader, 1 lap down back there in 13th. Not the night the 95 car was hoping for. I believe he is the last car running. I believe Alex Slats is out of the race there, number 00. No, he's still running. He's out there 7 laps down, 14. So we have 14 out there running, but a change for 3rd? Yes, we do. Colin Penn has completed the pass of the 50, the 22 car. 52 up 3rd, 22 back to 4th, and now we await to see if the number 3 car of Hunter Coombs can't run down Andrew Slats. Andrew running a very good night. Now runs back in P5 as Hunter Coombs has worked his way to the inside, and somebody tell me to stay out of the 22, because I'm somewhere in Alienville, and it's kind of scary. What's not scary there is 20 laps remaining here at Martinsville. 20 more circuits around the half mile. And we've got some cars getting racing in the back part of the top 10. I hear Daniel Blau and Daniel Vaught are back there having a pretty good little battle going on as they are bouncing off each other. I think the So who's that? That's a Blau. Number 17 was up on the wall there for a second. Looks like he may have lost a spot to Chris Myers. So issues there. Looks like 17 car may have got a little hit in the 12 car. I think he may be broke. So we'll update that one as we can. But the interval up front, very quiet. 1.6 seconds to lead. Anthony Marvuglio can the bug park it in victory lane here tonight in Martinsville. A few short laps away from maybe potentially putting it in. He's already been out on pit road. Was it the right call? Do these cars pit once? Do they pit the right time? Can they go all the way from a distance from there? I guess a lot of drama to work out in these closing, call it, 15, 16 laps is now 59. Go complete. 16 to go. The 238 car down in turn 1 and 2 when he flashes on by. Daniel Blau, number 17, puts Daniel 1 lap down. So Dan goes off the lead lap. Wally Beatty is the car riding back there in second. Texco Haviland car riding in the 75, 1.6 seconds off the race lead. He's got a gap of 2 seconds back to Colin Penn, and Colin's going to keep that now almost about 3 seconds. So, well, what did I say the last time? 1.3 for Beatty from Marvuglio? Well, it's down to a second. Is there a race coming late? Does Wally Beatty have the fuel and the car and the time to chase down the race leader? We're going to find out in a few laps as Chris Myers is up the racetrack, and we got a lot of lappers really, helping the 75 car, hurting the 238 as the leaders are not, the lap cars are not yielding in the right spot, I would say. It's making a challenge for the leader as we flash on by. 1.028, now down to half a second. Look at the interval now as it's going to be within eyelashes of each other as Wally Beatty's able to work his way through the lap traffic. Marvuglio maybe not as quick. Look at that. It's down to about 5 car lengths to turns number 3 and 4. We get a story happening late. 63 laps complete. Can Anthony Marvuglio hold on? Is Wally Beatty going to return plan strip their victory lane in the schedule? Is Colin Penn going to rebound as he has cut it down to 2.5 seconds? The 52 car runs in third. How about 4.3 seconds back to Hunter Coombs? How about Andrew Slats having the best run he has had all season long with 22 car running back there in 5th? And Jack says that's changed as Andrew has come to the pit lane to now put Corey Cleary. The 64 car now cracks the top 5, but he trails the leader by 8 seconds even. 8 seconds even. Marvuglio leads the way as he will flash out of turn number 4. We will complete lap number 66 next time by. So we are under 10 laps remaining in this one. Marvuglio and Wally Beatty, it is 4 car lengths there off of turn number 4. I got to think back to when these guys all pitted. It was really early. About lap 15, 18, they all came down to the pit lane. Do they have enough fuel packed on these cars? Can they go almost 55, 60 laps? There is drama happening late in this one. Who is going to be the big winner in Martinsville with a few races left in the season? We got 4 more after tonight. We'll be here every Monday night duration right here live. Phil and Jack will be here. You can bet we'll be here. It's been a lot of fun to watch and see this thing kind of, the story kind of changes every week. And with the points leader, Neil Allison, having an off night, Brandon Igo had a disastrous night. The guy number 3 in the points who trailed by 20 may make a big gain here tonight if he ends up in the victory circle. He is number 1 plate right now. The points leader, Neil Allison, rides all the way back there in 12th, 2 laps down. Not a factor in the outcome of this one. I'm shocked, cannot believe it. But as we exit turn at number 4, as 69 laps go on the board, the interval between the top 2 has really stabilized from half a tenth or half a second to 0.6 of a second, now almost 7. Wally Beatty's car is beginning to fade a little bit. Really made a lot of time through the lap cars. And I look up ahead, and there may be a couple of lap cars potentially by the end of this one. Not quite so sure. Rob Higgins is up there ahead. 17's not too far up there, too close. There may be a car or two that may cramp. 17 car was in the wall. Never mind. He was in the wall. He's going to be down out of the way. So we flash on by now. 71 laps go in the books, and Marvuglio continuing to lead. Is this tonight? The Mass Mafia Motorsports 238 finally will grace the winner's circle in the Full Velocity Racing Network. Anthony is off of turn number 4, 72 laps complete. 3 laps remaining around the half mile, the paperclip here in Martinsville. We've seen a good race here, been really clean. It was a little bumpy for the first 20 laps, but since we've got that complete, 1 yellow flag around halfway, and we may go the distance from here. As now the 2 sticks will go down, 2 more laps around for the 238 car, and he leads Wally Beatty by, call it, 8/10 of a second, 0.790. He's checked out. Colin Penn back there, 3.3. 6.9 back to Hunter Coombs and Corey Cleary by almost 10 seconds, but off of turn number 4, the white flag in the air. In a coronation lap, can Anthony Marvuglio fight off the demons, the aliens? Can he keep Gomer at bay? Can he take home a checkered flag here in Martinsville? He is down to the last corner. He's in 3 and 4 for the final time. Clear racetrack ahead. Anthony Marvuglio going to take down the win here tonight in Martinsville in a great race. The 238 wins. Second place goes to Wally Beatty. Colin Penn were the top 3. Cole Hunter Coombs and Corey Cleary the top 5. Cody Jaberg, Daniel Vout, Rob Higgins, Matt Dale. Neil Allison rebounds for a top 10 late. Neil 2 laps down, but a couple of cars came to the pit lane, maybe minimizing a loss for the 95 car. 11th goes to Andrew Slats. 12th for Chris Myers. Daniel Blau 13th. Alex Slats 14th. Austin Carter finishing up 15th with Justin Kawahata, Mark Reynolds, Brandon Igo, and Matthew Seymour completing a 19-car field from Martinsville. We appreciate y'all for watching. We're going to head up to the post-race show. We'll talk to our top 3 next. Don't go anywhere. Post-race show is coming up next. All right, we are back here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network as we are ready for the post-race show. It is presented by our friends at BladeNode.com. Simple web solutions powered by nerds, web hosting, VPS servers, dedicated servers. They do it all. Check them out today. Over at BladeNode.com, a great race for the MD Designs 305 Sprints of Martinsville. The winner is Anthony Marvuglio over Wally Beatty in a 3rd place run tonight for the 52 of Colin Penn, who joins us now. Colin, a great race car all night long. You led some laps early, but then you struggled with track position all night long. Didn't play completely in your favor. A 3rd place finish. How you feeling after that one?
No, I'm good. It was, it was a little bit of a tough race. We had a pretty decent car, but like you said, just couldn't catch a track position really. That final restart kind of killed us, but hey, we live to race another day, and I'll take a 3rd place finish.
Now, for a guy like myself who's done a lot of pavement racing, different sims and whatnot, different cars, Martinsville's been a familiar creature to a lot of us for a long time. How great is it to come out here in a familiar territory, a place like Martinsville, where I bet we all have hundreds of laps on this place, but in a sprint car? How nice is it to know the familiarity with the race car, the familiarity with the racetrack?
Oh yeah, I mean it's just like riding a bike. The good thing with these cars is they're pretty neutral every track we go to. So once you kind of get the feel of the car and how to drive it here and there, then you can kind of pick up on tracks pretty easily. And this one is, it's easy with most cars, but it is a little tricky with these, especially with your throttle pickup points and all that. If you get in it a little too early, then you'll light those rear tires up and you'll lose a lot of ground. But I mean, it's just a fun place all the way around. I mean, I love coming here, and I'm sure our series will hold many races here in the future.
Oh, it's certainly fun to do. Love doing races at Martinsville. I definitely agree. Colin, as always, my friend, it's always good to talk to you guys in the post-race show, you especially, bud. I'll give you the mic here one more time. Let you thank your team, your crew, your sponsors, anybody out there watching, a good crowd watching here on the Full Velocity Racing Network here tonight.
Yeah, as always, I just got to, thank Matt over at MD Designs and, Anthony Marbuglio and the whole Mass Mafia Motorsports crew. I gotta thank you guys over at the Full Velocity Racing Network for, broadcasting us week in and week out, and everybody watching at home. And next week, Lucas Oil, I believe it's Lucas Oil. Should be.
Think you're right.
It should be a pretty fun one there. That's usually a pretty multi-groove track and has a lot of action. So that should be a pretty good one with the group of guys we got going. And hopefully I can talk to you again next week. But just 2 positions better.
All right, my friend. Well, that will be the plan. Here he is, folks. A third-place run tonight for the 52 of Colin Penn. We'll let Colin go, and we will take a little bit walk down here. Being a big old fan of Davey Allison, I always love coming down to a Texaco Havoc in colors. And we find the 75 of Wally Beatty is out of the race car. Wally, a second-place run. So close to a win. Anthony was good here tonight. Fuel strategy played right into you guys this lap here late. Tell us about your run. That car was solid.
Yeah, we led a bunch of laps early, had good track position. Matt made a little hiccup there in the heat race and thought it was a checkered, and it actually let me get by and win the heat race. So it gave me a little bit better starting position. Fuel strategy was perfect. I think Anthony took a gallon less to me on that last stop, and he beat me off pit road, and that's what won him the race. So he did a good job. I think our lap times, if you look for the last 30 laps, were probably pretty exactly the same. So good run for tonight. Keep chipping these top 3s away. Like I said, I saw the 95 and Igo had some issues again tonight, so you never know. We got a couple weeks left. You never know. You might see the 75 up there at the front at the end of the season.
We may just yet, because you came in tonight 6 of the points with 223, but now you've got 275 to your credit. So, or 275 was a race. The points that are Neil. So you're about 40 points. You said top 3 runs. We got 4 races left. This thing's not over yet. But talk about this racetrack here tonight. Martinsville. I've called 1,000 races here. We've all run 1 billion laps. I've never done it in a sprint car. How cool is this?
It's very technical. You got to be very consistent at this place. We go to places like New Smyrna and Five Flags where it's wide open all the time. Where here you have to be consistent with your throttle control and your entry points, and it's very technical. Last year I was lucky enough to pull away with a win here and come up, with second place tonight with this group of guys. I'll definitely take it.
Absolutely, Wally. Well, it has certainly been a pleasure watching you guys every Monday night. 4 races remain. You've clicked off a lot of these top 3s. You know how this next bit works. I'll pass you the mic here one more time. Let you give a shout out to whoever may be out there watching, as I forget how to English.
Yeah, I appreciate the guys in our little group with Matt, Hunter, and Colin. Feel like we got a good group of guys that we race with, and it's good to have guys you can bounce information off of and play a little fuel strategy. That's what's so much fun about these sprint cars. It's a whole different aspect of racing that, I don't get to do, racing dirt all the time in my personal life. So racing these things on asphalt is a whole new experience, and I really enjoy it. So if we can keep chipping these top 5s away, I think we'll be a contender hopefully at the end of the season.
For sure. Count this guy in. He is going to be a money player here these next couple of weeks. So 75 of Wally Beatty. We'll let him go, and we'll take a run down here to the winner's circle into BladeNode.com Victory Lane. We find the driver. The first time we talked in a while, Anthony Marbuglio in the winner's circle at Martinsville. Anthony, congratulations. Terrific job by you. The burning question I have was, how close was that car on gas?
Oh, what's going on, guys? I'm still having the issue where I can't hear you through my headset. But it's we finally got in victory lane here after a long season. We had the first race, didn't count as points, and we ended up winning that one. But took me about halfway through the season in order to pick up another win, um, which right now it's pretty ideal with Neil and Brandon having a bad night. I know we're sitting third in points, so that should be helping us a little bit. I heard, Wally talk on the during the interview, and the fact we took one less gallon. We actually pit with Matt Dale earlier in the race, so I actually just had to take a little bit less fuel than he had to. And needless to say, yes, I mean, getting off pit road in front of both Wally and Colin was huge to be able to try to pull away once I got the lead. It stinks that Matt had to pit so late, but it's part of it. Fuel strategy.
And for once, Anthony, it finally falls into your lap here in the victory lane. And you said it. The 2 points guys ahead of you had off nights. Neil rebounded to a top 10 finish. But he said 4 races left. We all veterans. Everything, anything can happen. How your prospects looking? We excited for these last 4 races to take a shot at a championship run. I consider you a player now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to the last couple of races here. We have a good opportunity to take advantage of a couple bad nights. Um, past this race and the race before, I mean, we were able to gain a couple points if anything. So I'm definitely like right now, but we'll see. Just taking it one race at a time. I really wish that Brandon was able to stay in here. I don't know if he was having connection issues or what. I know he was having a tough time with something. But like I said, I can't hear you guys right now, but I just want to thank my sponsors. I want to thank Barber Wear, Jonathan's Barbershop, Pembroke Radiator, HMS, Sacred Edition Tattoo, and Westgate Performance, just everybody that's helped us out. Keep an eye out on us for on Facebook and Instagram at Mass Mafia Motorsports. We will be going racing June 27th, so make sure you check out the Facebook and Instagram page, and there'll be some new updates coming soon. So yeah, thank you guys. I want to thank Colin, Matt, and you guys at Full Velocity for broadcasting this for us.
Certainly appreciate this guy right here. We'll get this headset figured out for sure. Thinking of what's up with that one. Anthony Marvulio, folks. Tonight's race winner here in Martinsville. We'll let him go. And that'll do it for us here tonight live in Martinsville. Thanks to Jack Truitt for his help. Todd Stanton, Ron Piles, Jeff Brown, Charlie Milner, all the group here that make up the Full Velocity Racing Network. My name is Phil Lacasse. We'll see you back here live tomorrow night. We'll see you at the Modified Series here on your source for esports racing. Good night, everybody.